1 Kings 5. Let's call this one Proven Talent and subtitle it Recognition, because in this chapter, Solomon is going to basically have an opportunity fall in his lap when Hiram, the king of Tyre, is going to send messengers to Solomon, because it's going to say that he loved his father David, and Solomon is going to see beyond the opportunity for friendly banter, an opportunity to do some business. And he is going to do exactly that, as he is going to say, wait a minute, Hiram has some neighbors in a nearby place called Sidon, and there's no one like the Sidonians with their talents for working with wood. And so he's going to say, wait a minute, bud, since you're willing to help me, my dad wasn't able to build a temple, but I want to. And if you can, go ahead and work with me and ship that timber to me so I can get ready to build the house of the Lord. Hiram's going to say, I thought you'd never ask. Once again, my paraphrase, but it is going to suggest that he is overjoyed at Solomon's request and his intentions. And so he is going to agree to supply Solomon with the needed materials if Solomon is willing to feed his men in abundance. And understanding what we've already seen about Solomon's wealth, that's not a problem. So they are going to make an agreement, or contract as we would say it today. But the contract is going to be nothing if their men aren't able to work together, and that is part of the agreement. And so beyond Solomon being able to get over his insecurities, I'm going to pose this question to you. Do you think that there were no woodworkers in the land of Israel? So what do you think it was like when they had these guys brought in from outside as experts in the work in their own land? See, not only did Solomon have to be able to get over his insecurities by being receptive to help, if this relationship is going to work out, beyond simply making a contract between the two boss men, the people working underneath them are going to have to likewise have a healthy attitude towards the things they do well and the things they do not, so that they collectively can get better together. And the beautiful thing about this set of lessons this week is we see very little evidence of conflict or friction, as we see just a simple narrative of all the things that were accomplished during this part of Solomon's reign. Understanding it wasn't perfect, it's going to go south later around chapter 11, but for now, the things that we hear primarily are of peace, success, and progress, and it's founded on the fact that, like we mentioned before, Solomon was able to embrace his own insecurities. And if this thing were going to work, even though the text does not literally say it, in teams that are effective, it is typically necessary for everyone to be able to receive healthy criticism and healthy assistance. And that is exactly what seems to be the foundation for the relationship that is going to develop between Solomon's workers and Hiram's, as they are not only going to come together to help move the temple towards completion. Later on, we are going to find out that after the temple is built, Solomon's men are actually going to sail the seas with the men of Hiram. But more on that later as we move on to the next chapter, looking at the way in which the temple shows the way in which Solomon proved not only to be a great man, but a great king.